Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day. Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hey, everybody.
Good evening, folks.
Howdy, folks.
Let's throw some quick howdies to Donna, Dawn, Carl, and our favorite, Thessaly Jane Taylor. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a long time. And Thessaly says she loves the sloth. Yeah, had to double clutch this first time I messed up something. So, what? You're muted, Dan. One second. What did Dan do?
All right, that should work.
There you are.
Yeah.
It keeps going back to default microphone instead of the headset. So these things, they happen.
Oh, so how is everybody?
Not there.
Took a day off today. Took the dog to the vet.
Mm.
Got the rabies shot. and several other things.
The dog got the rabies shot, or you got the rabies shot?
Yes.
I'm afraid they don't make one strong enough for me. No, the dog got the rabies shot, but I was holding the dog, and the way the dog was twisting and squirming and everything, it was about that close to me getting it instead of the dog.
Ooh.
That happened to me once.
That
I'm going
explains
to
it.
tell you, you have never seen a vet freak out more than jabbing somebody with the needle meant for a dog. It's like, ow! And he goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm going, a little bit of blood. I'll be all right. He goes, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Here, we need you to sign it." "No, I'm fine. There's no big deal." He goes, "Here's my card. Here's my card. Come see. Bring the dog down. I'll give her a free checkup."
Arf, arf. That's okay. That's okay, Doc. Arf!
I know exactly what he was doing.
CYA.
He was giving me anything I wanted. He would have given me anything I wanted to just, please don't sue me. Please don't sue me. I know that's what was going through his head.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Dawn's covered for parvo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we still have to make an appointment for, I believe, next week to have the poor little girl taken in and get fixed, so we don't have to worry about her escaping the fence and being wooed by a random coyote.
Having grandpuppies.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. You got to worry about it, but yeah, thank you, Carl. I just discovered that tonight, and
It just came out today.
it
Oh,
does
thank
not
God!
work.
Because I was afraid to ask him how long has it been there, and I just have not freaking noticed.
Well, it must have activated after Joe Dog joined the stream, because I was the first one in the studio, and it didn't give me that option when I first joined in.
Yeah, I
And
turned
then
it
when
on.
I switched computers, I saw it.
Yeah, I came in and I was reading what all that was while you were in the background,
Mhm.
and you left about time I turned it on.
Well, apparently, I did not know how to turn it on, so it's not working for Last Man Standing yet.
It's set up for the entire account now.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, no! When you go in, log into the Last Man brand, you
Uh-huh.
got to cut it on. It's right below the
Oh, it's in the
bubbles.
brand.
Yeah, it's in the brand.
Okay, I can do that right now. And I'm in there. Da, 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 da. Show headlines. No. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Alrighty.
I gave myself a new name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, head asshole in charge.
Makes sense.
Mm. And Carl goes, "This is how the sausage is made, folks." Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. When you get to see behind the scenes, pay me no attention to the man behind the curtain. Sometimes we do this stuff.
Sometimes we do stuff and don't even know what we've done.
What's this do? Oh crap! How do I undo it?
Yeah.
I wonder how long you can actually make that headline.
It disappears after a certain number of characters.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you had just put Madman ...
No, I did put ... but I am changing that on the LMS, and it may carry over. Nope, not yet. But
limit to 50 characters.
well, and Oh, okay. It probably in this display it probably would have come out with the previous one that I changed.
And Don goes, "Isn't asshole one word? Uh,
Depends on where you from.
where you from?" Or to hear Peanut say it, "Asshole."
It also depends on how pissed you are at the person.
Hmm. Your mileage may vary.
Have y'all ever
Because
seen the Jeff Dunham bit where he's sitting there with Peanut and he accidentally throws Peanut halfway across the stage?
Yes.
Accidentally, yes, I believe that.
I've not seen that one. I've seen the one where arms and legs go astray with and rib
Ahmed?
cages with various puppets. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them happened with Peanut.
Yeah. But
Peanut
yeah,
loses a shoe a lot too.
no, he found one. That's the joke.
Yep.
Did
It
you
was-
lose a
Yeah.
shoe? No, I found one.
But there's been times where he's actually lost the one that he has.
Oh, I hadn't seen those.
Haven't seen those.
Gotta love it when you have equipment failures and have to think fast on your feet.
I honestly think if you sit and watch Jeff Dunham, I think he has multiple personality disorder. And
no,
ro-
no,
rolls it.
he's got a single personality, but it's pretty disordered.
Yeah,
I think he's just very ADHD.
because he says sometimes those puppets come out and say something that he's not expecting,
Hmm.
and then he gets mad. You can see him get mad sometimes.
Yeah, you can see him lose it on stage. Where it's like, that really come? Oh, God, yes, that did.
Hmm.
Did I?
I gotta run with it.
He used to come here to Chattanooga all the time and play at the little comedy club. This is just right before he hit the super big time. And he would come to the talk radio station, and there was one guy at the talk radio station went by the name Wally Wachowski. He
Okay.
He was a stuttering talk show host, which
It
was
can
absolutely
happen.
hey, it was absolutely a hoot sometimes because sometimes his partner would get him so aggravated just to make him stutter. But
That's
one day he brought Bubba J in. Jeff Dunham brought Bubba J in, and I'm watching this. They had live studio cameras. Jeff Dunham had Wally so mad at this puppet, he was ready to fight the puppet.
That's when you know you're good.
And
Does anyone watch the last, or it's not the last, the Masked Singer?
yes,
Um,
I missed
Misty got mad at me.
I missed last season, but
Misty got mad at me because I just from the clue package I figured out when he was on.
okay, that must have been last season because I don't remember him on.
Yeah, it's someone from the first group, someone from this, actually two people from the first group, someone from the second group. From the clue package, I'm like, oh, this has to be blah blah blah, and Misty's like, oh no, that can't be.
I forget what her character was, but Jewel, the singer Jewel,
The heart.
yes, Queen of Hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
First note out of her mouth, I go, "That's Jewel. That's got to be Jewel."
Mhm.
I mean, it'd be like Dolly Parton trying to get up there and sing.
Hmm.
This is true.
Yeah.
There are some
Halfway
voices
through-
that are just
Donny
identifiable.
Osmond season, I figured out it was Donnie. Took me a little bit.
Of course, if Dolly ever does that, she needs to become as a 2x4 or a board.
Let's hear the punchline.
because she's nowhere near flat as.
Yeah. I need to
Oh,
call her. I need to
you're
call her. Hey, you need to join the Masked Singer, but come out as a board.
you drive through East Tennessee, and
A Mounds
you're
bar.
gonna get pulled over every 5 feet. I swear, you're not gonna get anywhere. You get anywhere near Sevierville or uh, oh Lord, uh, okay,
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge. Thank you. I was starting at the top of the hill and going down to try and remember the names of the towns in sequence, but yeah, Pigeon Forge. That's the one. That's the one near the bottom.
Yeah, Rich, one of the great things about Pigeon Forge on the weekend of what they call Rod Run, it's 5 hours from the Pizza Hut in Sevierville to the mall in Gatlinburg. It's a 4 mile trip.
Somebody needs a green room right now. Ah,
Oh, and I was gonna wear it tonight, and I said no. This is a shirt for the green room. I got a shirt especially for the green room tomorrow night.
yes, Carl.
Misty
Probably.
has kin down in Pigeon Forge. That's where her bio dad was living, and that's where he was when he passed away.
And Carl, that's more than likely, yeah, because that particular brand is based in that area.
Because that's also not too far from Dollywood, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's good. That's where it is.
Dollywood is about halfway between uh, what they call the island in Pigeon Forge and uh, Gatlinburg.
Mhm. And back in the day, you could go across the Smokies and go through Cherokee and Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and it was all one rolling roadblock, basically. 5 mile an hour traffic from the top of the mountain all the way down to about Sevierville, and then northern, normal, excuse me, rented lips. Normal Tennessee driving habits took over, and they decided, 2 miles an hour is a disgrace. We're going to do 75 in a 35 zone like we normally do. Uh,
Now, Donna says they've been going to the Smoky Mountain Distillery.
yep,
Now,
same area.
which one? There's three. There's three Smoky Mountain Distilleries.
All in that same locale? Oh, mother.
One on the island in Pigeon Forge, one up in Gatlinburg, and then in the offshoot up past Dollywood is the distillery, the production plant.
So you got two tourist
Probably
traps
the one
and
on
the
the
actual
island.
distillery.
Yeah. But yeah, I went in and took their little $5 taste test, and they're trying to tell me how to, you know, you take it and you shoot it. I'm going, not if you're doing a taste test.
You don't get to taste it if you shoot it. You
Yeah.
just swallow it.
Here's the thing: aren't all of theirs the flavory stuff anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you
Yep,
savor
basically.
those? It's not like it's the homegrown Green Death flavor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, well, the first thing I did is I took the sniff, and they're going, hmm? Hmm? And I stuck my tongue out and put the bottom of my tongue down in it. And they looked at me. And all of a sudden, this one guy comes walking over and he's standing next to me. And then I just drink about, sip about half of it and go, and then finish it off. This guy walks over and he goes, "Who the hell are you?"
I'm a redneck with my own steel, thank you.
I've got granddaddy's, recipe.
Great grandma's. Oh,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, long story short, before it's over, I'm telling him what he needs to do. It was their head distiller. I'm going, no. Of course, they've got one flavor. I mean, just the smell of it almost made me blow my everything. Dill pickle.
That would be for fans of the flavor only. I'm not fond of that flavor of potato chip, but
if you want to watch Joe Dog blow pickles,
yeah, it was.
Look at the smile on Pickle's face.
I mean, it was, and of course they bring this one out about 8 flavors in. Oh,
8 flavors in out of how many flavor tests?
I think it's like 10 or 12.
Yeah, I would say probably it does.
Okay, not horrible. If that's the one that they bring in at the very last flavor, they're ready to say "F you, get out of our place."
Yeah, really.
I'll learn how to speak her eventually. It's not like I do it for a living.
Yeah, that's the way I felt about my typing earlier tonight. Excuse me. How many times do I have to correct this typo? Oh, okay. They're brand new typos every time.
Gee, thanks, Don. We love you too.
Oh, come on now.
We love Don, and you can too for $29.95. Come on down to Earl Shive.
What was that about coupons?
Oh, have you heard what the cheap Earl Shive paint job is now?
Your soul in the leg of your firstborn?
No masking and nothing else, probably.
No, the price.
Okay.
Take a guess.
Your soul in the leg of your firstborn.
No.
Well, you know what? It was $99.99. $100 paint job. The $100 paint job is $12.50 now.
$12.50.
No,
I believe it.
$1,250. And honest to God, that $1,250 paint job looks like a $99 paint job.
Yeah, basically, they just tell you to roll up the windows and go through the car wash, and everything gets sprayed. Windows and all. You want to be able to see out of the car and have the chrome visible. It costs extra.
Now, I know a guy that used to go to the Earl shop to get. He was a used car guy, but he had a box trailer, and he would do all the body work and prep, and he would take the vehicle up himself and then take it to Earl shop.
Well, you don't want to say hi to people tonight. Fine.
Hello, Barry.
You're saying hi to you, and get the claw out of my collar. Thank you. Get the claw out of my flesh.
Oh, we went and got our 2 gray cats fixed this week on Tuesday. And they said, now be careful when you let them out of their cages because even after the anesthesia, they're not going to like each other. Now, these are two cats that would bathe each other, sleep together. These two cats now can't stand the sight of each other.
It's your fault that we had to have the surgery, you harlot. No, it's yours.
Now, there were several options mentioned when we were discussing having the dog spayed, and one of them was, we could give her a sedative uh, during the in addition to the anesthetic during the operation, so that she's a little bit more docile when you bring her home. I go, yes, please. Can
I'll
I
be
have
back in a
some to
minute. Missy
take
just got
home?
home.
And she says, stress, just give it time. But she says, thank you. Thank you for what? What did I do this time?
The world will never know until the oh now
And
great
and
great ruined my own damn joke because I can't remember the phrase.
yeah.
Statute of limitations runs out. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Dawn says she worked at a no-kill shelter.
That's the main reason we got the dog. We don't believe in taking a pet to a kill shelter, and there aren't any no kill around here. So we decided that she was better off with us than she was in a shelter or with her previous family.
Well, we've got two animal shelters here in town.
Mhm.
You know, major backing. One is the Humane Society. Of course, that they have now rolled to a no-kill shelter.
Good for
And
them.
then there's one called McCamey Animal Shelter, the fuckers. They're ASPCA. They claim no-kill shelters, but there for a while, if a pit bull came in, any pity came in, it was deemed dangerous and was put down out of the truck.
No, don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Of course, she's saying, goal was to close down the shelter because breeding is under control. No, it'll never be under control.
Oh no.
I'm actually going to be paying for my first dog this summer, but I'm getting another white husky.
Oh.
You heard
Have
what I
you?
said. Another
Yes,
white.
I know. I know. I know. I was just going, you've been looking for a long time. You finally found one?
A possibility of one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh, Dawn, the reason is I've had one once before,
No, no, no.
and
She was talking about the automatic kill for the pitties.
oh, I hope
Yeah.
so.
She was not talking about you having another white husky. No, believe me.
Or
Oh,
paying for a dog. Uh, no, he's got a white male, a gray and white male, and a white female. And I'm going, white female pup, I won't. He says, I'll see what I can do. For some reason, the sires are only throwing boys.
Started to say depends on who's on first, but
so I kind of have an idea for a new intro for my shows.
Yes.
With the way my virtual background seems to be wanting to work right now, where it just kind of shows my head.
Yeah.
Create kind of like the MGM opening, but instead of it saying MGM, have it say like Independent Creators Directory, and then a little spot in the middle, and have my head just kind of fade in, look around, and go, rawr.
Either that or just yawn. Oh, Lord. Now, we do have a guy that I have worked with for almost 45 years now. He breeds dachshunds and is very, very responsible about it, too. It's not, he's having the dogs churn them out litter after litter after litter. It's hey,
Oh,
now that
Rich is back.
yay, he does try and ensure that he has buyers beforehand and they're responsible people, not willy nilly.
Yeah,
he-
Rich,
he's,
Rich.
he's deathly afraid.
Sorry, Dan. Rich, you stepped away, so I pulled your camera down. Then I just looked down and said, oh, shit, Rich is back.
Yeah, I kind of know. So I was just sitting here waiting patiently, maybe 10 seconds or so.
Wow, your volume came way up. I think your audio changed sources or something.
Your mic got hot.
Somebody
He just
picking
put his
up your fan in
headset
the
back
background.
on and didn't adjust the boom correctly. It's all right.
Better?
Yes.
There
Yeah.
we go.
That was, but yeah, and Dan, the breeder pretty much has the litters taken care of before they're born.
Hmm.
Good.
Yep. He makes sure, and if there are more puppies than prospective buyers, then that's going to be he's going to raise them until responsible buyers come forward. He does not just whoever hands him some money. He would rather have them go to good permanent homes. He's not trying to make a living off of it. It's just he loves the dogs that much.
Yeah, the guy I'm talking about, I'm trying to convince me to let me have her at 5 weeks instead of 6 weeks, so I can bottle feed her and do that bonding process.
Oh, okay, I get the point now. Yeah.
Because this dog I'm going to have her trained up just about like the other one. If the other one was still with us, I could reach down and do this right here, and that's where she would be at any time. When I had my back surgery, she was right there beside me every move. She took care of her alpha.
That's the thing about getting to our age, Joe Dog.
Yeah.
We're just about where we need to be thinking this is the last one we need to get
Yeah.
because don't want them to be left without us if we go.
Yeah.
Especially how much we love our pets.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at a loss when our present herd of cats finally cross the Rainbow Bridge, because I'm going to want another cat, but I don't want to leave one behind.
Yeah.
And getting is how we basically get almost 20 years out of a cat.
Yeah.
That could be a problem because we take good care of them.
Yeah, just keep the dryer door closed. Learned that one the hard way.
Not your fault. Not her fault.
Stupid cat. Oh. Yeah, we lose one and gain two.
Funny how algebra works.
Yeah. Yeah, but Don says it's stress that the cats are, can't stand the sight of each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're back to the point of loving, me and Donna, but let the other one walk in the room, and it's just like, oh dear God, here comes the fight. Ah, her dad went and got a dog. Yeah.
My dad tried to do that, but it was after the onset of Alzheimer's. He just his truck was gone one day. Mama didn't know where he went. Um, People at the shelter recognized him and made some phone calls and made sure that he got home safely. He shouldn't have been driving. He should have had his car keys took away by then. But um,
Well, something like that happened with a friend of mine. Well, Facebook friend. He's, somebody I sort of talked to back and forth on Facebook. His dad went to the Cadillac dealership. They've already pulled his driver's license.
oh,
And somehow he caught word that he was there. So he went, he has the power of attorney, doctors, and all that. Said he was unfit to, doctor said he was unfit to drive. And, he took him home. The next day he was back down there. Of course, he was mentally off, dementia. He was back down there the next day and got the Cadillac.
and they knew.
And they knew.
Well, yeah, he's unfit to drive, but he got a bank account. We'll give him a car.
That's pretty
Sign up a
much.
loan.
You
And
don't have to be fit to drive to own it and be chauffeured around.
that's what they said. But they let him drive it off. And they said, and the thing they're using, of course,
A jailable offense.
do what?
So I'm pretty sure that would be a jailable offense.
Let's hope
You
so.
know someone's unfit to drive, and just like they could nail a bartender for
Over serving.
Yeah, exactly. Not cutting someone off when they need to be cut off.
Lawyers are involved, but they're claiming they can't discriminate because of age. That's what they're.
But if you don't legally have a license to drive,
Hey,
you're complicit
Daddy,
in somebody.
Daddy bought his first car and didn't have a license to drive. He bought the car, had his best friend from high school with him. Best friend drove the car off the lot, not Daddy. This is different. This guy they knew had just the day before had somebody come and get him because he was unfit to drive. Next day he shows up, they go, "Hey, he got money. We're going to sell him a car. We don't care. Let him drive off in it." This is something lawyers need to be
Yeah.
burning a bunch of the car dealers' money up trying to defend themselves against this.
There was a loan, Dawn. Yes, there was a loan, and that's one of the things that they're fighting on.
Yeah, really, that's predatory. They got this guy a bank loan for a car when he should not be allowed to have a car, and they
Well,
knew it.
also, if the person was there the day before saying, I've got power of attorney on all of this stuff because, he's incompetent, um, they should not have been able to let him sign paperwork. He legally
Yep.
can't sign.
Somebody needs to. A new owner for that
He can
dealership
bankroll.
is in the offing.
Yeah. He can bankroll, but he can't
Yeah.
sign.
Well, evidently signed because there's a loan and a lot of. Of course, this is. I mean, it's the lawsuit's in court now, but so this happened a while back. But yeah, I'm like, no. Of course, down here in our part of the country, there's there could be family waiting on the salesman and the lot owner.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, so you're not doing the freeway inspection now, or is that?
Oh no, I do.
Oh, okay.
This time of year we're just in the office, but
A little cold to pour concrete,
a little bit.
little damp.
Yeah, but yeah, we're just in the office doing. Well, I would say we're normally doing paperwork, but my boss is so efficient with the final records process that there really isn't much for us to do.
You're in the office playing solitaire.
Pretty much.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're working for a government agency, and all the paperwork's caught up.
So, my
He's the
boss
black
and his
sheep.
my boss and his wife, when they both worked directly for the state, like I did, they both worked for NDOT. She was the head of final records. And previously she was an engineer out in the field. They both wrote probably 95% of the final records process. So he knows the whole process inside and out. Which, when we turn stuff in, there's always going to be the little bitty, crap that you might miss when checking over stuff. Something didn't get signed, or you forgot to throw a date on something,
Truck driver forgot to turn in a few tickets, stone tickets.
So, there's always something here or there. And actually, the majority of the corrections that we get back on any of our projects up here is from the testing department. And that's just because the head of testing, God love him, he used to be one of our area engineers, but he sees the NDOT spec book as black and white. Like, this is the law of the land. There is no way to interpret this other than the way it is written. It's like, this book is so damn gray that I want to buy it just for men.
Oh, so if say you got to have a 4-inch stone base, and if it's 3 and
Oh yeah, they'll
15
ask you.
16ths, it's
Yeah, 3 and 15/16. That's exactly the fraction I was thinking of.
He will go through and run our numbers and go, okay, according to the plans, you guys should have used this much stone. Why did you only use this much? And generally, when we give him the justification for it, he'll go, okay, that makes sense. Because, like, there's certain things, like, that we've ran into on the interstate where they're digging down and all of a sudden they just hit something as hard as the cement they just ripped out. And we're supposed to rip that out and put subbase back in. It's like, why are we going to rip out something that's got a better compaction rate currently that you're backhoe can't dig through, we're going to have to bring out a jackhammer for.
Really?
Throw a little
We
bit of
just
stone
hit the
back on
base of
top.
Stone Mountain again.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
leave it. It's granite. Leave it.
Yeah. We put a little bit of stone back over the top of it to get it up to grade and keep on going. It's like, why rip out something that's still good? So, but normally his stuff is like, you need to submit a change for this material code. Really? Or it'll be, there's so many stupid little things that he finds that it's aggravating.
He
Well,
looks for stuff.
Well, he's only supposed to check certain items. He's only required to check certain items. Even by federal mandate, he's only required to check certain items. He will check the entire damn thing.
Gee.
And he doesn't understand why we're getting on him, because we get graded on, and even the NDOT employees get graded on how quick they turn it in and get it finalized out. We have 180 days to get it through our district and central office.
He's not the one that says, "Oh, this rebar's wrapped in the wrong direction."
Pretty much.
Oh Lord!
Like, we had one, so we were patching some of the piers on the bridge. Okay. Now they were doing a fiber wrap on it and then patching it. There was only, I think, 3 companies that were on the approved list for that wrap material. For the contractor to get a hold of it, they would have had to order so much that it probably would have rusted and went bad before they actually could use what they would have had to order from these companies, because they don't make it all the time. They'd have to retool their whole shop to make it. So, of course, they're going to want you to order enough to make it worth their while. They found one. They found a company that actually just produces the stuff, didn't have to retool, just order however much you need. We got it. We sent down a sample to Indy, and they came back and said, well, it's not on the approved list, but it meets our standards. So we're going to go ahead and let it pass. Very next project, we're running the same thing. So we just immediately, hey, give us a sample of it. We're shipping it down to Indy. By the time they run their tests, we should have, we'll be done with this project and have the green light again. It pissed off our testing engineer. You guys are circumventing the process. Well, no, Indy's just stupid and wants a company to pay $100,000 a year to get on an approved list for a material they're not going to sell $100,000 worth. So, how about we just take a sample and send it down? Eventually, hopefully eventually we'll just go, oh yeah, this stuff's actually good. We'll just add you on.
That sort of happened with us at the stormwater. There was one sawing company got the city contract.
Okay.
To saw concrete and do coring and all that. Well, there's 2 companies here in town. And this other company couldn't figure out why they always didn't get the bid. Well, one day we got to a point of, we're sawing, it was in downtown, cutting the concrete for stormwater project, middle of downtown. Company A, that was our go-to company, put us on a 2-week wait list. But we're out working on the project, getting stuff. Company B is across the street.
Okay.
And the foreman and the general supervisor are sitting out there talking. They see these guys wrapping up, and they go, "Doesn't make sense. We got to wait 2 weeks. Those guys over there are finished and don't have another job to go to." General foreman walks over. He goes, "You got a card to your supervisor?" Somehow they made some deal that before the day was over, the 2 week wait on the project was cut by Company B. By rules, we had to call Company A and tell them, "Hey, we need this job on this such and such date." "Well, we'll have to schedule you out for that." "Okay, do it." And then as soon as they hang up the phone, to call Company B and say, "Hey, need this cut today." "All right."
Mm-hmm.
And using the Company A can't get to it, this job has to be done.
Hmm.
Loopholes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They come to find out, at one time there was a 5 year backlog on stormwater projects.
Oh,
That's not acceptable.
Oh, here's the best part. This was 8 years into the stormwater fee,
mm.
and they completely killed the crew. Budget savings.
Sounds like they saved a whole heck of a lot.
For somebody.
So they got this brilliant idea of, if they can start a project, it comes off the backlog list.
Oh, I bet I know where this is going.
Yeah, we get started on a project, and a project that a contractor could come in, knock out in 2 days, takes us 2 weeks. Because we've got 5 projects going at the same time for one crew.
I was about ready to ask, is it because of too much or because of red tape? But you just answered so.
I was going to ask, is this because of kickbacks or what? I would tend to suspect corruption in high place or high places, but
No, stupidity on managerial side.
oh, that's a given.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'm already dealing with a lot of that
Now-
right now.
Now here's the one that gets me. We never start a project on Monday.
okay.
We start it on Friday.
And the logic is,
Yeah.
It's a new work week. The work week actually starts on Friday.
Okay.
okay.
But we've got a big hole in the road for a whole weekend.
So you open up a hole, leave it
Yeah.
open Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man, you guys make NDOT look spectacular.
your work week doesn't begin on Friday. Your payroll date starts on Friday.
Yeah. The business week starts on Friday. And the bigger the project, the longer the weekend.
So was that to try and alleviate overtime? Like, I failed. I kind of failed to see the logic.
When it ain't there, it's very hard to see.
Project start at the beginning of the work week. The work week starts on Friday. The business week starts at the beginning of the business week. Makes a lot of sense. Let's put government in there.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a car that I had that, because of the problems I was having with it, someone knowledgeable in the industry goes, that thing was either built just before shift change on Friday or just after shift change on Monday morning, because whoever done it was either hungover or in a hurry to go home.
Well, you've heard about the guy that I think it was with General Motors. Yeah, I think it was General Motors. It was his last day of work. Left notes in the car. In the car. Inside a glass bottle half full of screws. And a note says to the mechanic, I bet you played hell finding this one.
Oh Lord.
And it was set where it wouldn't start rattling. However he did it, it wouldn't start rattling until about 2 weeks after the car was on the road. They said they found like 200 of these bottles. And he signed his name to it. What are you going to do? Fire him?
Yeah. I mean, not much you can do.
Now I got to
Well,
think of
if
something spectacular to do on my last day.
Do what?
If these people are being charged for the mechanics fees, they can go after him for it because he's the cause of it.
Warranty. Car 2 weeks old, still under warranty.
Yeah, but warranties are written in such legal ease that shouldn't be under warranty.
It was done in the manufacturing process.
Asshole assembler does not, it's not a manufacturing defect. It's a personality defect.
But they're still on the damn hook for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the note says. Bet you played hell finding this one.
200 times.
Yeah. And these cars went all over the country.
I imagine they did on trailers.
Yeah. And no. And back then, dealers wouldn't communicate something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If the dealer reported it back to manufacturer, I didn't get nothing. See, there wasn't no such thing as email trails. Excuse me.
I believe that comes under the heading of one piece at a time.
Yeah. I think Rich is looking it up.
Oh, I wish, because I'd love for him to hear that song.
No, he's looking up the story.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the story. What song were you trying to have you find, Dan?
One
Johnny
piece at a
Cash.
time. Johnny Cash.
It was 58, 57, 56.
Oh, I have heard that one.
Yep. That one belongs in everyone's musical lexicon, just because it's Johnny Cash and just because it's so possible.
Well, what about Radar? That reminds me of the MASH episode. Radar sending a Jeep home.
Yeah. He had to put it together when he got home, but
Hey, we just knocked out an hour.
Hey,
Ooh,
Oh. Dan, I do want to thank you for getting the link sent out tonight.
oh,
Uh, I laid down for a little nap, and I've always got an alarm set for just in case. The alarm went off, and I woke up and I went, wow, I slept through the night? Oh, shit, the show. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay.
Oh,
just a little
fiddlesticks.
service we provide. No, it was just on impulse. I thought that it would help you out since you'd already created the rooms.
Yeah,
All I had to do is go and look up the links and put them in the uh,
yeah, I did.
messenger list.
Yeah, see, I've got us covered for the week, but I was thinking this was the week that I was headed to Atlanta for Atlanta Steampunk Expo.
Mm.
That's next week. So I got to
Tell
do it.
Bill I say hey. Okay,
I will.
thank you.
And I will check. You want me to check, see if make sure that idiot or that individual is.
That individual should be out of state.
Oh, they are. They are for sure.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Exactly, Carl. You've nailed it.
not the green room. Not the green room. Not the green room. Oh, Dawn, thank you. Email my wife with that one, will you? Ah,
Oh, I got to pull this up.
oh dear.
Oh yeah. Oh dear. That ain't it. That's it. I'll just do this. Hold on. Do 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 do. All right. Because I want to do the full effect on this here.
Okay.
get
So
that blasphemy off the screen.
do what?
So get that blasphemy off the screen.
I completely deleted it from from the brand. Yeah, that is blasphemy. Caffeine free diet Mountain Dew. You know,
Rather drink LaCroix.
I mean, I could deal with the diet, but caffeine free. What isn't that? Why they make Mountain Dew?
That's why people
As far
buy
as I'm
Mountain
concerned, it
Dew.
is.
Yeah, here we go. Who saw this one today?
Yes.
Yeah. That
One of these
I
days, I'm
feel
gonna
that
have
way
to
when
have
I
a
see an email
long
from my
talk with that
boss
boy.
first thing in the morning.
Do what, Rich?
I said I feel that way when I see an email from my boss first thing in the morning.
Oh, I need to express to my supervisor the difference between uh, using his regular phone text and using SMS messages because I am continually sending him a text like 7, 8 a.m. and never seeing the replies until I get home. And My phone links up to my internet connection. And I'm going, I could have used this information 8 hours ago, 7 hours ago. Thank you.
Well, he sent
Um,
it to you.
yeah, he sent it. I, hey, I cover all the bases. I make sure that the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and everybody is. And I even go so far as to go to um, the lady that does payroll and go, look, I've got to do this. Expect the paperwork, even if it's not on time. After I hand it over to who I'm supposed to hand it over to, so go ahead and put it in the database, even though you haven't seen the paper yet.
Yeah. Well, I tell people, if you send me a Facebook Messenger, I may answer it faster than I will a text because I find texts that are 2 days old. The only way to be sure you have communicated with me is to hear my voice say, okay, yes, I understand. Otherwise, we ain't talked.
Um, with me, it's stuff that I need to know for my job a lot of the time,
That
and
needs
I
to
I
that
don't
need,
find out about it till I get home that day.
that should be in your company email.
Should be. I have the
I
company
love my middle
email.
child.
Um,
My middle child
unfortunately,
has a tendency to. Oh, sorry.
oh no, there is a company mailbox for physical mail in the office. He might check that once a month. Company email. He might check that once a week. Text back and forth. I can send him texts. I can run into him later on. He goes, "Oh yeah, that was a good idea to do that." Get the reply when I get home that day. Um, Timeliness is a thing that is necessary for an industry to function. If you're not looking at your different media of communication, then you're kind of throwing a monkey wrench in the works. Pizza Jams, hey,
Oh,
that's your boy, ain't it?
uh,
Ah,
that's my nephew. Yeah.
yep.
Oh, I dread Saturday morning, Dan.
Why?
I got to jack my car up and run another one underneath it.
Ooh.
Make sure to save the fuzzy dice off the rearview mirror.
Mm. Now, when I drive my car home, it'll have a complete new front end under it and new springs and shocks on the back.
Oh, yeah, I've got to do that with the van. It's got to have new brakes, it's got to have new shocks, and some repair from the hit and run in the parking lot of some store.
All right, Derek, I appreciate that. I just broke down, went ahead and bought me some new ones because I need four anyway. So, uh, but yeah, I'm going to do the front end alignment myself.
Okay, that's not as difficult as it sounds.
Yeah.
I've done it before. I had a dune buggy at one time. I had to learn how.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, hell, all you need is a tape measure and a string.
um, I had some 8 foot 1x1s that I strapped to the front tires, and that gave me a place to run the tape measure. Besides directly underneath the car, and it gave me a front and back so I could get it as finely focused as possible, straight. And then I had to learn a bit about the toe in because it's a dune buggy.
Yeah.
Um, the front tires are not vertical when you're aligning it; they actually form a V shape, and
Yeah.
you have to get that exactly right, or you're gonna mess up your steering.
And your front wheels are actually uh, actually pointed in a little bit,
Just a hair,
just a little bit and a little bit
just
of
a
a
hair,
length.
just a fraction of an inch. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the way my car was built, caster and camber is built into the car.
Well, I took the dune buggy up to a shop to get a front end alignment, and they said they can't do it because it had double wide slicks on the back and narrow front wheels. And they go, if it ain't the same, our computer can't read it.
Well, there's your problem right there.
Yeah, having to use a computer to read it. Yeah, but they had modernized beyond their capacity to service my vehicle. So I asked one of the mechanics on the sly what I need to do, and he gave me about 15 minutes of his time and didn't charge me because 15 minutes of a head mechanic's time is
Yeah.
worth a lot of money. So I took it home. I rigged up the best I could, and that thing never got out of alignment again the entire 4 or 5 more years that I owned it. That mechanic gave me some good advice.
The of course I knew it had front needed front end work, but I'm not one that'll take one shop's word at something.
Oh, research. Always research. Yep.
Well, I went and got a second, third, and fourth opinion. The shop that I've been using has been, every time that car comes in, it always needs ball joints.
How
Every
often does it go in?
oh, every 6 months.
No. Somebody's padding the bill.
Yeah,
Either that or they're crappy ball joints they're putting in. Those things shouldn't wear out.
100,000 miles.
Yeah, you should get 10 years out of a set of ball joints, easy.
Uh, well, went to a couple other shops and said, I've had this at another shop and I want a second opinion. 4 of the shops agreed. Does it need ball joints? It does need tie rods, inner and outer tie rods. It's got to have them. And needs shocks and struts. I said, well, I told you that before you ran it up the lip. He goes, yeah. He goes, we don't know how you've been driving it. I said, very careful.
With one hand.
Oh, yeah, Derek, the HHR. Um, the car's got 158,000 and still has the stock shocks and struts on it.
Yeah,
I got my
um,
life out of it.
I'm in that position, but I was told that new shocks and struts are basically $1,000 per corner, and that doesn't include labor for my particular vehicle.
Bullshit.
Of course, but
I got all four. I got all 4 corners. Struts in the front, shocks in the back, $162. What year is your
2006, excuse me. And it's a
2000.
Kia. It's a Kia.
Kia what?
Um, Sedona.
Struts and shocks. Shock, struts, and sway bar links are for a full set, $303.
Okay, so they
Uh,
were quoting me their labor and telling me it didn't include the labor.
yeah. Just shocks and struts are 278. Well, here's better. Sway bar links 289.
Well, given the pain in the posterior that working on this thing has been before, I'm almost willing to pay the $4,000 to have somebody else do it.
Open your hood. Can you see where the strut tower is in the front?
Probably.
Then
Probably.
then it's an easy job.
Yeah.
You just get her up in the air. Pull the front tire. Take out the two bolts that hold the bottom in.
I'm familiar with the process. I've done it on other vehicles. And actually, I had to compress the springs.
Well,
So
no. These come with the springs on them.
oh, okay. Well, I'm talking back in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
You're talking 2006. So
yeah.
designs have changed. But no, I had done it before on a car. Got some help. Actually compressed the springs because they didn't get changed. The shocks and struts went through the springs.
Yeah.
So get it in, and basically get a metal strapper like on a pallet,
Yeah.
but with a metal band. Compress it, tighten it, then put it up in the air, loosen all the bolts, take one part off, put another part on, put it back in, cut that metal strap, boing, everything's fine on that corner, all the way around, and it took all day, but we were not in a hurry, and
Yeah.
there was a case of PBR involved. Um,
It's 5 bolts, and it helps if you got two people.
mhm.
But I mean,
But
it's
yep. Now this is one time where my my mother's connections to local mechanics may pay off. Um, she clued me into a shop that is not screwing her over for everything she's had to do to all her vehicles, and she goes, "Take them in there. Tell them you're my son. Tell them what you want. If they charge you more than what it is, I will hear about it, and they will hear about it later to no end." I'm going, yes, ma'am,
all
because
right.
don't mess with mama.
Okay. Right here, $278.
Oh wow, yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, you could do that. You can do that in the driveway.
I could, I could.
But it's going to probably take me a little longer because I'm going to have my two grandkids with me.
Hmm.
So I'm going to teach them some stuff. I'm going by the old fashioned way of belief. Before you hand the car over to a kid, you make sure they know how they can change the oil, fix a flat tire, and do some other stuff.
Wire up stereo.
Yeah.
Of course, that's harder these days.
Yeah.
How they can complicate 2 wires and a fuse, I do not know, but
With 18 different speakers and a amped power small radio station.
you've seen my 70 my 70 Impala. Yeah. Oh Lord. I even
Richie, what are
managed
you munching on?
something
Lava
As
glowing.
like a lava cake.
Lava cake from Domino's.
Ah,
Sorry, the
Has
fat
still
kid
have-
in me was just interested.
And icing.
That's where the white is. Okay.
I don't know if it's a big thing around here, but you've heard of the boom cars with the super stereos. You know, the one that you turn your radio down because you think something's wrong with your car.
Yeah.
Because your windows are shaking?
Yeah. Those speakers in the back are called Kicker. Kicker is the original company for Kicker was called Stillwater Designs. I had a Stillwater Design speaker box in my Toyota. Serial number was 2.
Oh. Early adopter.
Of course, I would play, I wouldn't play the. I'd be playing Boston, Aerosmith,
Mhm.
Stuff that actually has a
a range.
yes.
Music, not attempts to perform superior through bass.
Yeah.
I was near a vehicle about 6 months back. I don't know if it was in front of me, behind me, beside me, where it was actually coming from. The bass was so deep I could feel the pressure change inside of my vehicle.
And the windows up.
Yeah.
Oh, we have them drive by the house. The windows start rattling when they're 2 miles away,
Hmm.
and they fly by. And this is the windows of the house, not a car. The windows of the house start rattling, and they come by, and I'm going, you know, that's basically Tesla's earthquake generator, but mobile.
And you know what these guys are going to say to us in 20 years?
What?
Yep.
Hmm.
When your music or the engine of your car is so loud that every door and window in my house closed, my TV on max volume, I can't hear what the hell is going on my TV.
Too damn loud. Yes. Oh, no, but I would open the trunk at the mall, crank up my Boston, and on the other side of the mall, the mall between me and my friends on the other side, they said they could hear the ting in Amanda.
Uh-huh.
It's
Hey,
like,
Michaela.
oh, hey,
Hey,
Michaela.
Michaela.
Yep.
Oh, and Donna Carlene goes, as one diabetic to another, Rich, good job.
Considering I forgot to eat lunch, I actually needed the sugar.
Oh, that's a bad problem that I've got when I'm working on a car or like HallowCon. When I get working on one of those projects,
Uh-huh. Forget to eat.
forget to eat. Donna goes, "You got to eat," and I said, "I ain't got time." Of course, if I eat, completely throws the rhythm off, and I never get anything finished.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll go till I pass out of starvation, which is bad.
I get this. My body gives me this signal when I have neglected eating for entirely too long. All of a sudden, not only will I feel weak, I mean, this is sudden onset, but I'll sneeze for no reason whatsoever. That gives me another 5 to 10 minutes before I just suddenly take another nap that I didn't plan on. Give me go to the kitchen, get something. There's probably food in the microwave that you have been neglecting that your wife fixed for you, and it's now hours later, and it's not going to be as good as it would have been if you'd eat it right when she got through, but now you're paying attention.
Have I got your attention yet?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I've always been bad about that. Of
hell,
course, I also worked at a full service gas station at one time.
hey, Zach.
Zach.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, I wish you'd have jumped in with us last week when we had Les on there. That you two would have been a blast to see.
Hey, Rocket Blast.
Yeah.
No,
But
and you
oh.
know, since last week, I've seen about 5 different recommendations for YouTube videos on solar cell projects, and none of them had been Les's, but might have been research for his.
Yeah. Dan, I'm putting a link to that, the picture, in the chat.
Okay.
Well, it didn't make it clickable.
Oh, it went in the private chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make it clickable. Okay, hang on. That's not a problem. I can do this.
Copy and paste.
Yep. And go over here and do this. And then bookmark. Got it. And it is indeed bookmarked. Thank you.
The thing is about that is when you go to a shop and they tell you they put in new shocks and struts. Don't let them tell you they've compressed and done that. That's what they throw in. Because it takes 5 minutes to throw that in, and they charge you for
a whole hour.
2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I went to one place for new tires, and by the time I got out of there, they had replaced all my brakes that I had already replaced about a month before. Was nothing wrong with the brakes, but they go, "Hey, this guy don't know nothing. Come to find out, I grew up on a farm. I know a little bit more than you think I know."
I was ASE certified in brakes.
I basically I told him, "You did the work. I didn't ask for it.
I'm BLT certified in sandwiches.
And I am going to go ahead and pay the bill, but I'm going to tell everybody I know not to ever come and give you any business." And I know a lot of people.
Zach's asking, any thoughts on the China balloon? Okay, Zach, here's the thing. What China balloon?
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. I open up a new tab on Explorer, And what's the first thing that pops up in the newsfeed? What is China doing with the balloon? Retired colonel has a theory.
Oh, okay.
Now, did I say that?
You said it right before I clicked new tab.
Uh-huh. Oh, China has a spy balloon that was spotted over Montana. Well, we can't shoot that. One A-10 will take care of that problem. Hey, it's over our territory. We can do with it whatever we want.
Cowboy with a 308 might be able to take care of that problem.
Get out of my head, Dan. I like this
It's
slow enough.
Montana. I mean, seriously.
If they think it's going to be messing with their livestock or something, it's coming down.
Is trending nationwide. Huge national security risk. President hasn't responded. DOD says no risk. Yeah, let's talk about that family in Oregon back in World War II.
He said something about. Carl said something about that. The bomb balloons during World War II.
3 tankers, 2 F-22s were dispatched, but no update if it was in the air. 3 tankers for 2 22s. They plan on chasing it down.
They
and
do
monitor.
indeed.
Of course, the way a balloon's flying, send an A-10.
Burp.
Says it was launched 120 hour goes from the middle of China. Yeah, Carl's going, yeah, they tried sending, that's what Japan was trying to do, is make them bioweapons.
I think one of the smartest things ever done is to refuse to acknowledge that any of them ever actually got here.
Yeah.
I mean, even though 4 or 5 people got killed in that one that actually exploded, that was about the extent of it.
And that was kept quiet till well after the war, too.
It was damn near the 80s before anybody acknowledged that it actually happened.
I'm not going to say what I think would be better methodologies because I don't need to be put on any more lists.
That's all right. You associate with us, you automatically got added to another 30 lists just by being part of this show.
Honestly, I probably was already part of those lists.
Carl has a good theory there.
On lists.
It's quite plausible, actually.
Yeah. That would make a lot of sense.
Well, let me put that up here in the absence of a Joe Dog. Okay, there he is back.
Sorry about that. Had to cough. That was a rough one. Coughed so hard I farted.
That kind of would explain a lot about Roswell's thing. They might have thought that it was. Oh no, that would make the release about the flying saucer the first cover story about a Japanese bomb balloon, smallpox balloon, and it would explain all the crap that they showed Jesse Martell looking at that was obviously mylar and balsa wood, which is what the Japanese bomb balloons were a lot of their stuff. This is astounding. That is a great theory, Carl. Thank you.
Okay, Zach, the video is not playing.
Yeah.
Carl Hitzman's next novel, The Balloon.
You guys carry on for real quick. I'm going to be pulling up some stuff. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I got to start deleting stuff. I got so many things in my overlay.
Carry on my wayward son. Oh, wait, no, that's not what you meant by carry on.
There's the flight path so far. I noticed how it went around Russia. That's a little sus. Tops where it was launched. It went out over the ocean around, and look how it cut back over at the Bering Strait. If that ain't sus.
Well, Russia and China do share a lot of intelligence back and forth together, from what I'm reading. So it'd be kind of pointless for them to even do any kind of spying on Russia, especially since they're even barking at us for, helping out Ukraine and all that. So.
Oh. All right. It won't let me steal the picture.
Yeah, down through Alaska, then Canada's hat into, or can I say, the America's hat Canada into the U.S.
Then they probably figured if they flew it over Russia, Russia was just going to shoot it down. Shoot it down first, ask questions later.
Zach has sent me a picture. I got to get it into the banners. Let me figure out some quick stuff I can dump off of here.
I was thinking, Donna, that because of Carl wanting to put a pause on the Somerton Man because of the information coming out of his identity, which, funny enough, another Carl, that might be something as filler until he feels that it's time to carry on with Somerton Man.
Oh wait, sorry.
No. That's just disinformation because Carl's come out with the truth.
Oh, have you guys been drinking? Started drinking yet?
Like Boozahol?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yep.
Why are you showing pictures of my niece?
All right. Look, here is the picture Zach just sent me. As soon as it uploads, looks like the space station under a balloon.
Yeah.
Did anybody show this one? Oh dear.
That's no moon.
And Zach, if you want that picture, I'll send it to you. I'll just have to find it again. Okay.
Oh.
And now for the awkward dead air time.
I'm sitting here chasing Zach's story down.
Chasing balloons.
Yeah. Thank you, Zach, for this information. It's pretty interesting. Damn.
So my joke about 99 lift balloons wasn't that far off.
No.
And damn it, now that song's stuck in my head.
Could be worse. It could be much worse.
Could be we all live in a yellow submarine.
Uh, he
Actually, I like that one.
So do I, but after you play it 1,000 times through your head, it gets a little old.
You have no idea how many things are on repeat in my head at any given time. There's a real drawback to having quintaphonic sound in your memory there. 5
Zach
channels and
says
everything on.
that was from Billings, Montana. People first saw the picture and said, "Oh, that's just a space station in front of the moon." Then somebody with video dropped it of zooming in on it, and he sent a. He was talking about the street, the 3 tankers and the 2 F-22s. This is their flight path, tracking their flight path.
I've seen simpler knots in children's shoelaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen similar knots in a spaghetti fight.
This is I guarantee you they're going to be taking this seriously.
Well, I mean, in today's climate, how can you not?
Yeah, Carl, it's military. They don't run their call signs. Now, talking about running the call signs, y'all remember when 9/11 happened, how they grounded all air traffic was grounded?
Mm-hmm.
It was scary quiet for days.
At the time, I had a hot tub out on the back deck. So I went out there to decompress, just get away from everything. Because, there was nothing on TV but that. I think even HBO and other things were running the news.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out and I laid in the hot tub and, cut the lights out on the back deck, just laid there and just looked up at the sky. And I started seeing, navigation lights. Of course, they were moving like that across the sky. And then some coming this way. And it's almost like they were flying grid pattern.
Yeah, living as close to Chicago as we do,
Yeah.
it was eerily quiet in the skies for us.
My normal, at that point in time, on the way home, my commute home was between 4 and 6 hours. Driving. One way. But my commute was actually down to about 2.5 hours because there was not a soul on the road and it was so quiet. Even driving, it was just so quiet. It was just the sound of my car on the road. No air traffic. No other.
And Rich's, we didn't hear anything. We heard no anything.
I said no air traffic, no other vehicles. It was just eerily quiet. Just the sound of my car on the road. That's it. From away, it has some great music. I would love to catch that one live.
Did I ever tell y'all about the time that a blimp flew over my tractor while I was plowing the field? was late 70s. I was out plowing up this field about half a mile from my house, and tractor was getting a little overheated. I stopped it in the middle of the field. There was no shade for me to go to, so I just let it down to idle because I knew if I shut it off, the heat would just go way on up. So I wanted the radiator to keep going, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden a shadow goes over my head, and I go, okay, nice cloud. Let me look, and there's a Goodyear blimp or something like a Goodyear blimp looking close enough for me to touch, although I knew it had to be a couple of thousand feet over my head, just drifting. And then they started their engines up, and I could hear them. I mean, they were silent running, just drifting along with the wind. And I'm going, it's not a football weekend, is it? Maybe they're on the way. Alabama, Mississippi, something like that. Don't know. It's not a game in Georgia, tell you that. And it was just this awesome sight. Here's the thing that looked like it was as big as an aircraft carrier. Looked like it was close enough for me to reach up and grab a handful of the fabric. Had to be much higher. And I'm just a farm boy on a tractor going, whoo, that's pretty. And it took off, gained a little altitude, kept going, went out of sight in about 15, 20 minutes. Just one of the weird things that has happened in my life.
Driving through Chicago, and I've actually had it happen over by Indy before too. You're driving along, and all of a sudden you see the big shadow of an airplane go across the interstate as you're driving. And then you gotta realize that he's still high up there. It's not actually as close as what you think.
Mm-hmm. It's just the shadow gets bigger the further it is from the ground. But oh, and Carl, I don't think so. Georgia's not necessarily on the route from Ohio to Alabama or Mississippi, but damn thing was going west. So I'm thinking it'd pay to visit some event in Savannah or something. Come north. It might have been coming from the Carolinas. Actually, that would make more sense. And then away.
It was 2 days before the air show here in town, and we were on this guardrail crew, trimming the guardrail, weed eaters and all that. And we were right at the end of the runway when the C-5 came in.
Whoa. Them things is big.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a hot summer day. Weed eating, sun, dark. Not a cloud in the sky, just all of a sudden it's just dark. I stopped, looked up, and you could see people diving, rolling down the hill. Because it looked like the wheels were about right there.
Yeah.
And it, as big as they are, coming in for a landing, I know it was probably coming in at 100 mile an hour, but still it looked like it was stopped. And, gravity will take over eventually, and it's still too much plane behind us.
No, Carl, it was going east to west. It wasn't headed for Florida. My best guess is South Carolina to Alabama or Mississippi.
Yeah, Carl says he's only seen the Fiji blimp. I'll tell you, I want to see the Goodrich blimp.
I couldn't swear that this was a Goodyear blimp. That was just the first example that came to mind that is most
I
easily
thought I was pretty
communicated
good,
to
but I
other
don't think
people.
I'm blimpish. Oh, sorry, good wrench. Sorry.
No,
I said
Goodrich. The
Oh,
Goodrich
no.
blimp. Oh, it's a Goodrich blimp. Goodrich doesn't have a blimp. Don't you remember the commercials?
I'm pretty good, and I wouldn't say I'm a blimp.
Rich, at best, you're lawful evil.
Chaotic neutral.
I'll second that.
I'm chaotic neutral.
I'm chaotic neutral with F at all tendencies. Actually, I take that back. What actually describes me better is chaotic ornery.
And Joe
Okay.
Dog, you are not chaotic neutral. You are chaotic evil if I ever saw one.
Oh,
I would
Chris is
say that Joe Dog falls under chaotic ornery as well.
chaotic. What?
Chaotic ornery.
No, that would call for a whole new road. Chaotic smartass.
I'm almost afraid to know what you guys think I fall under.
Never
Neutral
considered
ornery.
it before. I'll have to get back to you on that one. That may take some cogitation when I don't have 64 other tracks in play.
I would say neutral ornery.
Neutral ornery.
Yeah. Face it, most of us involved with Nick and the guild are some flavor of ornery, whether it's lawful ornery, neutral ornery, or chaotic ornery.
Well, my wife Norm definitely falls into the chaotic. So,
Yeah,
but I can
she's
say that
asleep.
because she's in bed. Uh,
Well, I don't know, Dan,
As
if
all
you've
of a
looked
sudden
at
the
the
green
messenger.
screen moves a little bit. That's what you think.
you're right.
Chris
What are
Walker's in trouble. He's in Facebook jail.
You're kidding me.
He says he's still got an hour to go. Oh, and I won my appeal against Facebook. Yeah, evidently a dog sitting on the couch and walking in the snow is not nudity or sexual violence.
Oh,
I'm wondering what reality them bots live in. Yeah, Chris is in jail. Yeah, it can happen.
Hey,
Um,
it happens to me, so, of course it could happen to Chris. I'm a good guy. I never post anything.
you say that when I have my wellies all the way down the hallway.
You shouldn't say that when you're that close to computer equipment because the lightning striking you is going to fry all that stuff and it's going to cost a crap ton. Barely saved it there. A crap ton to go ahead and replace all that equipment.
Yes, Donna, our Chris.
and it wouldn't be like the computer wore tennis shoes. You're not going to gain the knowledge of the internet.
Then what happened?
Oh God.
Yeah, you expect-
No, I could actually see Joe Dog getting, some of the powers of the internet, and it basically just being all flavors of Rickroll and just really bad memes and
Oh,
Donna,
that's a
we're surprised.
superhero origin I do not want to see.
we're surprised Joe Dog is not in regular jail.
Held by the FBI.
Oh, Lord. I'm getting pinged all over the place here. I don't know what is.
Oh, did y'all read my political rant memory the other day? I think it was today.
I don't think I saw it.
I don't have the faintest idea, but I didn't spend too much time on Facebook today.
Let me find it for you.
Matter of fact, the main reason I was late was lining up stuff for Apelian to go live Sunday night. So
Yeah, I've been hip deep in work stuff most of the day.
I just remembered I got to put something into the car system for my boss. Oops.
Better hurry.
Okay, this is from February 20th of 2020. It says, well, I guess it's time. I've stayed silent long enough, and as not to offend the sensitive triggered types, I'm putting dots in to make the Seymour appear. You have been warned. If you're offended, remember you clicked to read it. You have made the effort to be offended. And you scroll down, and it starts out with, "We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment is what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy." And it's the full lyrics to Rickroll.
As soon as you said you put the dots in there for the Seymour, I'm like, you are rickrolling them. I know.
Mhm. Now, if we could just weaponize that and send it to all the Russian spam bots. I mean, all of them at the same time and overload their system. It's okay, Carl. Don't worry about it. I did send Donna, Carlene a link just because I had neglected to send it until it was almost too late last week. And anybody else that I need to send a link to, please speak up. Rich should have it. Joe Bachman should have it already.
Mhm.
But
Yes, because we are part of the usual suspects.
and you're part of the Apelian copyrighted unusual suspects.
Yeah, that's it.
Uh,
I don't know that we've got Thessaly with us still, but she's more than welcome if she wants to let me know. She's probably not still with us this evening because she's got school. She's if I had her schedule, I'd be overwhelmed. But,
I would love to start Rickrolling the Indian call centers.
make a deal with the guy that's trying to get them all evicted and actually erasing their computers and all their databases
So
to cripple
Pierogi,
them.
Scan Bader,
Pierogi, yep, that's the one.
Jim Browning. He's an Irish gentleman over in the UK doing the same thing. Trilogy Media.
Yeah, Trilogy. I worry about those guys sometimes.
They were actually boots on the ground in India doing stuff, and they had people looking to shoot them.
Yeah. There's actually a hit on them.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised?
Although I do love Mark Rober's he was doing and
the Roach prank.
Rogie was part of that, and then Trilogy Media was part of that as well, where they actually got they were working with like Jim Browning and Pierogi to find where these packages were supposed to be going and stuff like that, and getting the packages swapped out for the glitter bombs. So they actually managed to catch one or two of the mules over on this side. And then I think they actually managed to catch a supervisor over on the state side as well. And then Trilogy Media showed up in an old lady's house and gave her back almost everything that she lost, I think.
That's good of them.
So it's, Trilogy Media. I like what they're doing. I can't watch them long because they do some such dumbass shit that it just annoys the hell out of me. But I love their mission.
Oh yeah.
I've got to admit, when the first afternoon that I discovered Pierogi's videos, I spent an ungodly amount of time just watching video after video after video, going, "Oh my God, this is so
I
good."
discovered pierogi at like 12:30 in the afternoon, and I looked up and it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's about the same thing that happened to me. It's
And it's
like,
like, I've got to go in the office. Uh,
Well,
this is dangerously close to Lone Ranger territory. This guy.
I will announce this now. I had somebody. I watch a guy on YouTube. He does a lot of package opening videos. That he's now got to point to where he's challenging people to send him glitter bombs.
Hmm.
And I watched a bunch of his videos and I saw a lot of his disarming techniques. Oh, this is going to be easy.
You
It was a
think
tube
so?
about yay long, yay big around. I got a balloon, put down inside it, spread the thing open, poured my glitter in, and then inflated the balloon, tied it up, put plastic on the cap, taped it up, sent it to him. He goes, this one's so easy. He stuck his knife in it when that balloon popped. All the glitter rushed out the hole. And it's like, shit. Gotcha. What? You don't think that's good, Rich?
Oh, excuse me, guys. I got to go start the show. It's already 0 hour.
oh,
Oh,
crap.
shit. Yeah, start the show. Say we're not even going to hit an outro. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
One more time. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everybody.